Hey, what's going on, you cartoonists, you? Welcome to another cartooning courses. How many times can I say cartooning, cartoonist in a video? You want to find out? Let's not do it this time. That's a lot. That could be a lot. No, welcome. So yeah, today, guys, I thought what I'd do was discuss a little bit of what I do as part of my work as an in-house cartoonist. Many of you know I'm an in-house cartoonist for Red Bull right now at an agency in Los Angeles. So I actually am in production, like in a studio, working as a cartoonist, along with I do freelancing too. So I'm doing a little both sides of things with cartooning, and I also have my syndicated comic, Break of Day. So I got a lot going on right now. A lot going on. It's cool, but I get a lot of questions like, what's it like to be an in-house cartoonist? And that's a career path you can take at some point. If you want to pursue cartooning, you may want to consider working in-house. As an in-house cartoonist, I mean, you get, it has its benefits, it has its advantages, disadvantages, everything. So I'll try to cover all that here as much as I can. And this is going to be one of those where I really welcome your questions too, because I get asked this. And so I thought, hey, you know what? I'm going to make a quick video about it. So yeah, being an in-house cartoonist, here's my experience. Like, what's cool about actually working for a company like in-house is one, well, hey, you get benefits, There's health insurance, you get like paid time off, things like that. Again, not again, but every company is going to be different. So I'm not sure if you work as an in-house cartoonist at a certain place, they may have no benefits or they may have better benefits than I have. I don't know. But that's a perk, that's pretty cool to have. Another good benefit is you get to meet awesome people. Like I work with a creative team. I've made a lot of good friends and met a lot of neat people. And we're all like really kind of passionate about what we're doing. This is more advertising. I'm the cartoonist for Red Bull. So like what we do is all more advertising work, but it's really neat to experience like the whole, what everyone's doing, what everyone's up to. We all have unique ideas, creative ideas, and so, you get to work with a team of people, opposed to when you're a cartoonist just working on your own. You really have nobody around. Like currently in my studio here, there's nobody else here but me. Yeah, I film this, I do everything. But so, it can get kind of, you can say lonely if you want, when you just work by yourself. And some people really thrive on working with a team. So there's that too. You have just a lot of opportunity to grow as well and take on different roles too, working in-house. You can, I've done things from listening to voiceover actors for animation. I've done storyboarding. I've done copywriting. I've done, you name it, just about. I don't want to say just about everything, but I feel like of anything creative, I've kind of had I've dabbled in a little bit being at an agency, which has been really nice. I wouldn't have done a lot of what I've been doing now from my own studio here because I just don't need to do it. So you just get this real like hands-on experience and overall neat aspect of what goes on at an agency. So that's really neat. Some downsides. My biggest one is my commute. I'm not a fan of commuting. I have to commute a long ways to get to work, and it takes me a while. You have hours. When you're freelance or on your own, you don't have hours, so you are kind of more flexible. There's not as much flexibility when you're working in-house as a cartoonist. What else? It's just sometimes I think that's a big one too. I mean, my freedom is really important, and just having more like specific times when I have to be there, that can get very challenging. But yeah, in general, I mean, it's just a unique opportunity. Like, and it's cool these days too that that's an option to work as an in-house cartoonist. Now, if you go to Indeed or any of these work websites and type in cartooning jobs, you'll notice there's not many that pop up. They're few and far between, but they are out there. And I know it's not just where I work, but there's other agencies and places around the United States that actually hire in-house cartoonists to work on things, to illustrate, to write, to do, a cartoonist is more than just a person that draws things. I say it all the time. I write a lot. You have to come up with the ideas. You have to do a lot. And companies are starting to embrace that. I feel like more and more. Back in the turn of the century, like there's a lot of in-house cartoonists at newspapers and media outlets and everything. I mean, a lot more than there is today. But it is also kind of circling around. There's some startups that hire cartoonists in-house. And also just a lot of freelance opportunities on top of that too. So, I mean, I just want to keep this kind of short and sweet. But yeah, it's give you a little idea of what I do on a regular basis. I come in and I write stories. I do a lot of it's the writing part, and then I create storyboards for these commercials for Red Bull, and we also do billboards. So sometimes like the illustration I have to create is just like a single image that's going to be funny. There's a lot of what else do we do? A lot of like social posts online. Create social media is really obviously big these days. So like I work on coming up with funny social ideas. I do everything from, can designs too. Like there's different cans that Red Bull has. And so I pitch like different ideas for some cans, possibilities, things like that. So it's a big, I feel tremendously blessed to have had this opportunity to work in-house as a cartoonist. And my whole life, I've always wanted to kind of know what that would be like. And now I know. So just to give you that information, like if you someday as a cartoonist want to work in-house instead of freelancing, well, I'm an example. It can work and it can happen. You can do that. That's sometimes you have to search. Sometimes they find you. Where I'm working at now, they don't even have an application of mine. I've been there over a year, and they found me and contacted me. And that goes back to having a portfolio website, getting your work out there. They just knew about me and my work. They've had a headhunter, whatever you call them, find me, contact me, and that got the ball rolling. So I wasn't even aware of this position, but that just, I mentioned that because I always go back to it, like just get your work out there, and you just never know what's going to happen, what's going to come up, what's going to appear. And before you know it, you might be an in-house cartoonist at a agency, an animation studio, or who knows where. But I want to give you a little insight, kind of what I've experienced, what I've, I can tell you stories and everything else, but I don't want to ramble on this video. That's for like a Q&A at some point. But no, that's an option as if you ever want to be an in-house cartoonist, that is something else you can definitely pursue. Or you may be pursued by someone looking for a cartoonist. You never know. So anyways, guys, I'm going to leave it at that for now. Quick update. I have a new course on the way, and I swear it's being developed. I know. I've been mentioning this for a long time. It is in the works. I've mentioned why it's behind. I have been extremely busy recently. I have just moved into this new studio that you can see here on the outskirts of Los Angeles, and it's been jam-packed. And the thing about this new course, it's got to be, I'm making it very big, not overwhelmingly big, but big and incredibly valuable. So that is why it's taking a while. But it is on the way. And there's also another little surprise I'm kind of working on too that I'll share with you when I have more information. But for now, I hope you're having a great cartooning day. We have those, right? And keep those options open for what you want to do with your career. Because you can be in-house, you can be freelance, you can do all kinds of stuff with this industry. I feel like it's a new turning point of what's going on with cartooning and cartoonists. It's actually exciting. There's a lot of things growing. There's a lot of things that aren't growing, like political cartoonists are having a tough time. Newspapers obviously are not doing well, but there's other opportunities out there. So keep at it. Keep those pens wet. Is that the phrase? I don't know. Keep the pens moving. How's that? Keep those pens moving on the drawing pad. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.